So first question is from _N Peyton _.
Okay.
How do you feel about people who are really showy but also very skilled, i.e. Eric and Proda?
What a good example. Eric and Proda. Yeah, well, let's start with Eric and Proda. He's a really good example of somebody who does that well. High level of showmanship. I mean, you don't need to backflip from one kit to another. Like that's an elective, right? But he does that sort of thing, right? The combinations of his artwork with like the weird physicality of like doing tricks, not necessarily like stick tricks, but like showmanship for sure. I think they have to be paired together. I think when that doesn't work is when it's purely showmanship, and there's like a gap in your skill set, right? Like you have to be good at playing drums before you start doing any like showy type of stuff. So for me, the only real problem there is someone who's put more time into the showmanship than they have the actual artistry of playing drums. But if you are proficient at the instrument, at least, enough so where you're comfortable performing the music that you want to perform, and then you say, well, now I want to work on more showmanship type stuff, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. For a while, I considered doing a masterclass on, I wanted to call it like aesthetics, not necessarily stick tricks, because I don't really do many stick tricks, but like mannerisms that would elevate your showmanship to make you more interesting to watch. Maybe I'll still do that masterclass at some point. Kind of a tricky one to pull off, but for me, the better you are, the more of a pass you have to be showy. And Eric and Proda is a great example. He's very good. So you get to do 360s on your throne. And, a lot of other people, I don't think have like earned the right to do that necessarily. Yeah. Another example would be Luke Holland. Plenty of stick tricks, tons of them. Also, He's really good at playing drums. So, you get to do that sort of stuff. So I look at it as very earned. I think if you're young and you've only been playing a few years, hold off on that stuff. It's really not worth your time just yet. And also consider that there are certain mannerisms that you might put in the category of like stick tricks, where they're going to develop naturally, like certain patterns with your hands. I've got a few of those where my stick does like this figure 8 sort of thing in my hand as I come from a crash back to the snare, and it's not intentional. I don't think of it as a stick trick. It's just like a movement that has become like built in to my rhythmic expression. Like, it just kind of happens sometimes. So things like that will happen where you have these natural motions or movements that you might categorize as a stick trick. They'll happen naturally. So if you're young, don't force it and like spend all day learning how to like twirl a stick in your fingers. I guess you can if it's late and you're not allowed to play drums. Sure, figure out how to twirl a stick in your fingers. But a lot of that stuff is earned. So yeah, artistry should come first, and then showmanship definitely has its place a little further down the line for most people. But yeah, it's a great question. Thanks for watching this clip from the Orlando Drummer Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are in any way looking to make yourself a better drummer online, which you probably are, that's why you click this video, make sure to click this link up here, wherever it is, orlandodrummer.com. It's an online drum school in the style of Netflix. Trust me, you will find something you like, but don't take my word for it. 7-day free trial at the link in the description. Make sure to sign up for that. See if you like it. We'd love to have you on board. Thanks, guys.